Dubrovnik, Croatia. Nice water. Good.
Yeah.
Druga.
I'm gonna end up falling down here.
Nella puerta.
It's been so realistic that the priest went in the garden house, they got all the men in the state and made the candidacy, but always they considered it being real and decided on Saint Blaise. So Saint Blaise, you can see him also here. There is more than 30 statues of Saint Blaise everywhere, all around the city. That is our the biggest festivity. Saint Blaise also, he lived in the 3rd century in Armenia. During his lifetime he was a doctor. So the legend says that he saved a young boy choking with a fish bowl. And because of that, festivity always starts with the blessing of the king. Priest hold your candle like this, put on your throat and tell blessing. Not to tell you that that is the most important day for us tour guide. We are talking too much. So this is our tour. We are running on that blessing.
In the center.
And the batteries to take off. And you know, without any. Because otherwise Dubrovnik is a city, all part of Dubrovnik is a city under protection. Since 1970. Okay, you are like living there, but also certain rules for the visit. don't know why, but it seems that each year the situation became much more. I mean, it's always very hot. Oh, your phone?
Ooh, it's already on the screen. So this is the old city of Dubrovnik coming through the tunnel.
Mais là, vous n'avez pas une végétation.
Literally, let's say,
Leaving the Dubrovnik
35
harbor.
minutes walking from the old historical part of Dubrovnik. But anyhow, we decide to drive this small part till the old historical part, because inside the city walls traffic is not allowed. So later on we will continue with the walking, and I will try to avoid all those stairs. Maybe altogether we have to make 20 of them. But I want to tell you that inside the city walls, on the streets, just on the streets of Dubrovnik, we have 5,500 stairs, additional 1,000 on the city walls, so we have a free gym every day. So, I was born and raised in Dubrovnik. I'm living in Dubrovnik all my life. I'm living literally in the old historical part of Dubrovnik. I'll show you where is my home, and I consider myself a very lucky person because of that. I had a beautiful, beautiful childhood in that small part of a city without traffic, playing all around the streets and square. And usually when we are entering in the old historical part, I used to tell, welcome to my living room. So Dubrovnik is a very small city. We have just 40,000 citizens, not more. But on another hand, we have a 40,000 bed for rent in a private and a hotel accommodation. Therefore, definitely tourism is the only one industry here, and our season is very long. It lasts from March till the end of November, and then in December, January, February we are resting, we are traveling, we are preparing for new season, or we are acting. You know that Dubrovnik also is very known film site. Lots of different film productions used to arrive in Dubrovnik in the last 100 years, but we must admit that American HBO made the best marketing with the Game of Thrones. And since then, definitely we have a bright new category of visitors who are coming here just and only because of the Game of Thrones. So it's really very interesting that all those film crew, they are coming only during the winter time, because it's not crowded. In the streets you don't have any chair, tables, an umbrella, and all part looks like very original medieval city. They don't need to change a lot, it saves lots of their money. And for some big scene, for lots of people, they need to have some extra, so they invite us and they even pay us. So it's very exciting experience. By the end of a tour, I'll tell you what was my character. You never know when we're gonna meet on the red carpet. Okay, so now we are leaving territory of the harbor. We are entering in the city of Dubrovnik, and this is a new part of a city, Gruž, where one of 3 open-air green market and the fish market is situated. In this small city we don't have a huge supermarket, but all those villagers from Dubrovnik, literal every day they are coming with the fresh fruit, vegetable, cheese, egg, wine, milk, olive oil, whatever you need you can find in the green market every morning. And I consider that still we have very good and healthy way of food and way of cooking and eating here in this area. But of course in the summertime, because of a big number of visitors, sometimes for us local people it's very hard to find fresh fish in the market, because all those fishermen immediately they delivered all the fish to the hotels and many of the restaurants. So here in Croatia we are speaking a Croatian language, which got a root in Slavic languages, but of course as Croatian language is a small one, there is no more than 10 million people in the world speaking Croatian language. It's very necessary for us to start to learn foreign languages already in a school, new generation already in the kindergarten. And we start with the English first, and later on in the secondary school with some other foreign language, in the university with the third. So majority of the people are speaking several languages. As you can see on your right hand side, lots of small boats, excursion boats, but also very soon now you will see one very beautiful old wooden cargo boat from medieval time, type of baraka. And today we will talk a lot about the famous maritime history of Dubrovnik. So Dubrovnik Republic in the 16th century, the peak of history, possessed more than 200 such a big wooden cargo boat. It's been a 3rd fleet in the world in that time. Very impressive number of the big cargo boat. But more about that, of course, when we approach closer to the old part. This new part of a city right now, you can see there are lots of buildings, modern style. In fact, mainly those are headquarters of different company, bank, insurance company, and one maritime company from Dubrovnik, Atlantska plovidba. Also you can see lots of people sitting, drinking a coffee. Drinking a coffee in Croatia is something very typical. when you ask someone to come and drink coffee with you, it means, especially if it's your friend, that you're gonna spend several hours drinking a coffee. My husband could not understand that. Okay, so usually it doesn't mean necessary to drink coffee. You can also drink something else, but always we said let's go and have a coffee. So on the left hand side, this beautiful building made in the 60s of the last century is one of the most known famous swimming pool and the water polo pool of the oldest water polo club, Jug, what means south, founded here in Dubrovnik 100 years ago. And definitely in Dubrovnik, sport number one is water polo. Here everyone plays water polo, young, old, man, woman, everyone. Once you learn how to swim, someone drops you a ball to see how you're going to survive on the surface of the sea. And it's really extremely important. During the summertime we have our own league. Each small beach got own team. The only one condition for the competitors, they have to be amateur, not professional players, and we organize Final Four competition in the Old City Harbor in the August. That is a unique competition in the world, and believe me, all those locals, they are rehearsing, they are practicing all summertime just to be a best on that competition. So our roads here in Dubrovnik are very narrow. We have lots of one-way roads, and it could happen traffic jam, especially during a rainy day, because otherwise the local people used to use their scooters, not a car, and then it's not such busy. But when it's a rainy day, it could be a little problem. But anyhow, I have a mic in my hand, so I can talk for hours. Don't worry. So right now we are going slowly direction all historical part of Dubrovnik, which is definitely the most beautiful and most interested. But also here still in the new part of Dubrovnik, I could tell you that we have also 7 universities: University of Tourism, Maritime Business, Economy, Social Media, Restoration, one American school, it's American Institute of Technology from Rochester in the last 25 years here in Dubrovnik, and also International University of Diplomacy. Quite big choice for the many local but also students coming here in this beautiful small city. Each year several million visitors are coming in Dubrovnik. Majority of them, they are coming with a plane from Dubrovnik International Airport, which is situated half an hour from the city of Dubrovnik, and that's a beautiful small international airport is connected with more than 70 direct lines all around the world. This year again we have a direct line from New York to Dubrovnik thanks to United Airlines. We are very happy that American market became so close to Dubrovnik and Croatia again. Additional 1 million visitors used to come with a cruise boat like you, and a small number of them with a car or buses. So a really huge interest for Dubrovnik. Also plenty of the festival we got. One of the famous and the oldest one in the last 74 years, International Summer Festival. And during 45 days from 10 of July until 25th of August, plenty of happenings like a concert of classic music, folklore, opera, ballet, theater, really, really plenty of artists all around the world are coming here, and that is also one of the reasons for a certain number of visitors to come here.
Can you speak a little louder? Can you turn up the microphone a little louder?
Okay, is it okay like this?
Yes,
Yeah, it's better. Okay. So, shall I repeat everything from the beginning? Okay, so very soon now, this is a one-way road to the Old Town. On the right-hand side is the only one public garage which we got here. Majority of locals, they leave their car by the roads and they have to pay for that, of course. Also on the right hand side, very soon you will see one Fort Lovrijenac, which is not part of a city walls, but it's a fort made on a rock 36-meter high. That beautiful fort today is one of the famous stage for theater play during the festivals, but also for the many visitors fan of a Game of Thrones, because it's been a red keep in a Game of Thrones serial. Straight ahead of us right now you can see around Fort Mincheta, the highest point of all historical part of Dubrovnik, and this big round fort got many functions. One of the function in the 15th century, it became a huge cistern for the water which been brought from nearby spring, and from this fort with the net of a small channel, that water been delivered in each house, church and public building. That means that this small city, which been a state for 500 years, independent state, inside the city walls in the 15th century already got their own sewage system, water in each house, church and public building, and most important, toilet in each house. That was very advanced for 15th century. City walls of Dubrovnik, which you can see, they are unique, very well preserved. This shape is from 16th century. You can climb on the city walls of Dubrovnik and you can walk all around in 1.1 mile with additional 1,000 stairs on it. It takes about 1 hour and a half to walk a whole circle around. Of course, it costs some money. You have to pay €35 for this experience, but it is really very, very unique experience. So now we are approaching slowly to Pilet Gate, the main entrance today, western entrance in the old historical part, and that will be the last point of our driving for now. So Jerko will stop there, our driver, and then we will continue our walking tour with inside the city walls. Also during the walking tour we will visit one of many museums in Dubrovnik, and then exactly at 4:15 p.m. is departure again from this very same place back to your ship. Okay?
When was the fort built?
This one, around fort, been built in the 15th century.
15th?
Yes, yes. So, in fact, the city walls, these stone city walls, they start to build in the 13th century, and it's lost 300 years until they finish them in this shape which is today. They changed their shape thanks to many different circumstances in Europe, but mainly thanks to different kind of weapon the people invent through the centuries, especially when the people invent gunpowder, that changed a lot. In that moment they start to make those circle and semicircle fort and the walls, because it's been much better protection for cannon bullets. In a certain places they are 35 meters high, and the walls in some places are even 6 meters thick, so they are really very massive, and they never been completely destroyed through the centuries despite the different kind of attack and the war. They survived because they've been really made very well. Okay.
Sorry, that was me, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, Pila Gate is also the most traffic place, as you can see, because all the taxi driver, public buses, all of them, they are coming here. If anyone needs a toilet, right here on the right hand side is a public toilet. You have to have €1 exactly, or twice 50 cents to pay to enter in, or even you can use your credit card if you like to go on the toilet. So this is a public toilet here, and the next one is at the end of the old city. So after our, let's say, 40 minutes walking. So if there is anyone who needs desperately to go to the toilets right now, you can do it right now. If not, we will approach to another one on another side of a city. Okay, so this is Pila. This is our last stop. You see the small flower store here on the left hand side. So now when we get out from the bus, please just meet me. We're gonna gather together there by the